We haven't even moved in yet, and already there's a ghastly face peering in the window beside the candle. Hello everyone, and welcome to Pineview Drive, a horror game whose premise is the very epitome of creepy and comfy in my opinion. So, you know those old horror movies where the main character inherits the dark old house, and as they try to spend the nights, creepy things start happening? Well, that's exactly what this is, essentially a haunted house simulator, where we're more or less free to roam about as we please, and our goal is, over the course of our time here, to try and piece things together, open up locked doors, and learn the secret of this property. And it is a sprawling mansion, so we've got our work cut out for us. Now, this has actually been quite a long time coming for me because I played the demo for this 10 years ago this month, and I remember being really impressed with it, mainly because of how different it felt from other horror games, because instead of completing levels or trying to defeat enemies, it was all about just living in this house and trying to piece things together. And I feel like stuff like that is more common now, most notably in stuff like Voices of the Void. A lot of people say that this channel reminds them of like a horror channel from 2013, and well, this coming out in 2014, I'm curious to know how my tastes will have evolved and how the perception of these elements will have changed. Let's move in then. $20 later from what? The game is saved automatically on each new day, so we've got to make it to each subsequent day in order to end a session. Day 1. Welcome to Pineview Drive. Look at this, it's not just a mansion, it's a castle! Look at that, we've got the birds swirling over it, the dead trees, and the gargoyles staring down at us. A big iron gate in the front. This is so cool! And those trees which aren't dead have the autumn leaves on them. Can you see why I was so stoked on this? This is creepy and comfy. Oh, but it looks like we do actually have a health bar. And a giant key just kind of left on the front lawn. I mean, it's very pretty to look at, but it does also have the hallmarks of 2013 Unity horror construction.
It's been a long time since we were here together. It's rumored that nobody has survived here for more than 30 days and years. So I don't have much time left to find out what happened to Linda back then. First, I should find a way into the house.
So we have history with this place. And someone we care about, I guess, went missing here. Also, that 30 days, does that mean that we've got something of a time limit on us? We should probably make note of the positions of these statues, because I get the feeling they don't stay put. Ooh, froggies! We got froggies in the pond. Or the fountain, I guess. Look at that. This whole place must be explorable because I can see through the windows. That is so neat. But the door is locked. Find the matching key. And this is something I remember about the demo, and I have a feeling it's something we're going to be doing a lot of. And that's, we are going to be hunting keys constantly. Just about every room in this place is going to be locked. And from what I remember, and this is irritating, I don't think it tells us what the keys are actually for. You heard that, right? It sounded like something fell over. And oh, we lost health! We actually lost health. We seem to have infinite sprint, but I guess being startled is what damages us. Look at all that ivy growing around the exterior. God, this place is amazing. I guess we should keep up the hunt, see what's around back. The back of the house is all in shadow. It looks like it's quite dark inside. Ooh, there's a key on the back bench. And a whole stack of oversized batteries. First you need a flashlight. Can I not stockpile, really? What about this lantern? Well, we can at least make a note of where these things are, right? Oh, look at that lighthouse out there. See, now this right here is a good peek to watch for your lover lost at sea. I keep hearing things behind me, and for a moment I was convinced I saw something, but I don't think that's the case. Ooh, wait. There's a scarecrow right here. I hadn't noticed you before. Oh my god, you've actually got quite a face on you. There's another gate right here, which we cannot unlock. Can we open the back door? No, we'll go around the front. It's so dark in there that even if that is how we get in, I don't want to do it just yet. You weren't moving before I walked up. At least, I don't think so. God, I can't help but feel a million little eyes staring down at me from these darkened windows. More batteries here. Do we not want to, like, pull our car in or anything like that? Well, at least the... Ooh, the frogs move around. Very nice. I really hope this works, because this is the only key I saw. No. Really? Oh, it's right here. Alright, well, at least we have a different key then. It'd be nice if they were labeled. Well, let's head inside. This place really is a castle.
I must try to find a clue.
Oh, we can flick on the lights. I have a feeling that is going to be an essential mechanic. Can I really can't close the front door? I've never understood games like this. Like... Well, I'm not trapped. No, you just automatically close when I step away from you. Portraits of those who came before. The creaking of the wood and the ticking of the grandfather clock. I don't know how much I like being here. Wow, this place is already starting to unsettle me. You lost health because of that? Wow, that hardly does anything. Locked. Okay, well, let's start with the lower floors then, right? It looks like it's starting to get darker outside as well. That clock actually does tick. We've got a proper day-night cycle here. Let's not leave ourselves in darkness like that. Locked. It It is so dark. And that just turns you off. I'm actually kind of astonished that that's the best we've got. I'm gonna have to up the brightness. This was just open. That didn't use a key. Curious painting, huh? I mean, that's a crazy frame, and it looks like a door opening just in the light at the end of a forest path. You can use the matches to light candles. Okay, but is that only temporary? We found another key. If only we could leave doors open to show which ones are, well, open. I cannot at all see even across this room. I guess this is the smoking room. Back when those were all the rage. Kitty statue. Kitty. And there's another key right here. So we're quickly building up a stockpile. But even with the lights and the candles, this is not enough. Definitely a cozy space with friends. The clock conspires to make it unnerving alone. I need to adjust this brightness. There we go, that is max brightness. Ah, boy. Oh, there's a key right there. Thank you. Oh my god, I need a flashlight. There's one of our keys. Some kind of sitting room. Oh my god, there's just a clock in every room, always chiming away. I mean, it's useful, don't get me wrong. But now that it's dark out, I get the impression I shouldn't be staring out for too long. There's a key. It's just about opening this place up. Think of it like a Gary's Mod map, you know? It's like a smaller, more realistic version of the Haunted Mansion, you know? Think of it that way, and we won't be sleeping in our own room ever again. $11 Wow, this time moves really, really fast. This darkness is too much. Way, way, way too much. Game crashed. Oh my god. Well, at least I can use my couple hours of daylight on the restart to maybe try and find a flashlight or something. Wherever that's supposed to be. It really is. This is the problem, and I'm already seeing it big time, is that it is just running around trying doors until you figure out what one of these keys goes to. And I just know there's going to be one, like, in the bushes somewhere that I'm not going to be able to reach. Oh, we really need to... Yeah, getting down here in the dark would not have been possible before. Hopefully... Flashlight, yes. Alright, that's what we needed. These must be our accommodations. Press R to exchange flashlights in the battery if they go dead, and here is the box from the intro. guess that's meant to provide some comfort in here, and, well, honestly, being a windowless small box, that's kinda what you'd hope for in a place like this. Your abrupt stop was a little creepy. But we should be okay. And this is locked. Why do I feel like those horses are staring at me? Alright, well, other than that, what else can we do? What? Was there just an overwhelming sense of trepidation as I unlocked the door? This looks to be something of a trophy room. The fact that I have to use a flashlight even when the lights are on. Let's grab some more batteries. Oh, there's another door at the back. There's a lot going on. Maybe I should just try and sleep. The problem with a flashlight mechanic like this is that it essentially puts a time limit on the game. But we can't just sleep either. So what are we looking for? This flashlight is already starting to flicker. No, seriously, like, even at, like, half battery, they already suck. Like, are you kidding? Hello? This flashlight, it's basically dead at the halfway point. Stop that. I'm just trying to find whatever note you're telling me to look for. Okay, I guess we found it. So, wait, so it can be in places we've already searched.
Arrived at the old country house. It looks quiet. I remember. That's what I wrote last time.
And in those final moments, there was daylight. Day 2. Okay, so we don't have to make it back to our room. It's automatically going to deliver us here. If this place has power, there's not much reason not to have the lights on all the time, right? The architecture in here, the wall patterns, it is all extremely beautiful. Were there always things here, and were they always facing this way? Yeah, the architecture in this is great looking. It's just a matter of, well, I wish I could see it. Is the sun already setting on us? Oh, there's a key in here. But what does it go to? Well, we found a key. Now I get to click on every door I can find in the dark. Locked. Locked. Opens now. Now, what is this? It doesn't do very much for me. And another key, and oh my god, it really is this bad. So now that we have this key, well, we've just got to go try every other locked door we know. I'm going to be cutting so much of this. Can it even be a series? There's musical stabs whenever I open the door. Locked. Is that something downstairs then? Or God help me outside. Things always jump scare me when I round the corner. And those rumbles, that means that something is moving around. Open up. Once again, lights being useless. Look, this window's got some shutters outside. Not that I can stop to look because we have a limited battery. Darwin! Darwin, I didn't know you were boarding here. Of course they double booked us.
We enjoyed a nice day at the sea. We were awakened by noises in the night. I didn't find anything, though.
We're only getting little pieces at a time. And unless there's a journal somewhere, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be remembering any of it. I've got to say, from a game design perspective, this is awful. Like, really awful. But I can't help but push on because, well, the house is so beautiful. It's such a cool premise. Maybe that's the hint that I'm supposed to go back to the beach area. And I really hope so. I'm spurred on by these little glimpses that I get through the window, you know? The urge to unlock more and make more of this house my own. Grab some more batteries. Maybe if I have a look by the water's edge, I can find something. Not that I can see at all. What was that? I feel like I keep hearing... This is bizarre. It's like I keep hearing stuff happening, but it doesn't care if I'm there to experience it or not. I've just noticed that walkway over there. That must be accessible from somewhere, right?
I wonder what's up with the painting of the tree-lined avenue in the library downstairs.
I just came from there. Was I just waiting for you to say that? Being real subtle about our triggers, huh? Oh my god! Okay, it's gonna be one of these, so... so that light at the end, that was actually always you. That's kind of creepy. It is kind of creepy, the idea that this was always altered, even from the moment we arrived. But you left a key. This is now open. Was that a bat flying around in here? I mean, don't get me wrong, they're welcome to stay. Bats are cool. Oh, it's like a music room that contains mostly violins, or violas, or whatever you would call these. Oh, and a guitar. Thank you. There's still one more to be opened, huh? You're open, and I guess something happened? Look, this goes to the balcony. And with it, we gain access to the other side of the house. That is so cool. And we find another note. Of course, we don't have the key.
We heard more noises last night. Once again, I was unable to learn the cause.
Day 4. I have a real problem with the fact that not only do the candles not do anything, but we effectively lose those matches once the day changes. And, well, unless it's going to spawn more, I don't think they're replenishable. Things breaking. Oh, we're taking damage. So... look at that. Shadows on the ground as if the tree is moving wildly behind us. It's kind of cool. I just wish I could pay more mind to the events and not feel so rushed all the time. But you know, now I've got to ask the question, really. If our damage is done by triggering scares, what exactly are we supposed to do about that? Because it seems like the progression is pretty much just walk around and wait for something to change and hope you happen upon it. So how do I, like, is there anything I can do to heal or prevent myself from getting damaged? Is it bold of me to assume the creator put that much thought in? That's the doorbell. There's a glow from outside. I just can't get a good angle. But I know who it looks like. And that damaged us greatly. I wonder if I could have ignored that. But I'm kind of starved for triggers, you know? Oh my god, it crashed again! Alright, well you don't actually seem to be going away, so let's just take that. Only this time it seemed to do hardly anything to our health, where before it took away a ton. So it's inconsistent in that regard. Does it do random damage? Have we let something in? A whisper in my ear. Oh, you left a key at the ground there. Okay. Well, back to the previous gameplay loop then. Of try everything. Maybe that can get us... If we consider this like a linear progression, Maybe that can get us to here? Yes, into an upstairs hallway, and with it, into the rest of the house. Oh my. Now this is starting to get real creepy again. We do still have a couple of keys on us. These doors are already open. And there's another and more batteries. I don't know, I just find something so cool about the idea of having to explore our own house. Of it being completely Euclidean, at least as far as I know, and you know, most of the time. And yet still something that needs to be explored in different expeditions over time. Can open you. Look at this, a whole parlor. Once again, I can't get over how beautiful this house is. How every spot is a chill spot, you know? I feel like back in the day, they really had that down, those rich people. Locked.
Linda was sure that some of the furniture had been moved since yesterday. I think she's just imagining things.
Oh, I think we'll have to rethink that. Day 5. And presumably we're going for day 30? Well, we definitely have to follow the scares. That much is clear to me now. We have to follow the scares to figure out where we should be exploring next. Oh, I just heard something shift. I heard something shift, which means it's time for us to start looking around. God, the flashlight mars my enjoyment of this so much. Nothing here, so it's got to be downstairs somewhere, right? What just fell over? Whoa! Whoa! Well, I guess they contained a key. It's very much like something just tried to slice and dice me as I walked under. I wonder, is the ghost girl that we're seeing, I mean, given a limited cast of characters here, could that be Linda? That opens this. Into another bizarrely not connected hallway. And we can open you. We find more batteries and another key. Oh, these storeroom closets are so useful. And we can open this as well. A bunk bed, maybe a kid's room? Maybe one that back in the day we might have shared with Linda. Also, I see you down there, you little rubber ducky. Huh. Well, if we're gonna be spending the night in here, we might as well have the comforts, right? These bedrooms, they legitimately are the comfiest places in the house. And it's really cool because it's like this creator has that safety bubble mindset when it comes to them. Look, we've even got a little window right there that the person on the top bunk can peek their little head out. That is so cool. It's like this secret little hideaway. It's crazy how this game has everything going for it for me to love it, and yet it has so many problems.
We had a small thunderstorm. At times like that, this big house can get pretty creepy.
Wow, we learned so much. Day 6. But we nevertheless come back to here. Oh, a storm is rolling in. And the lights are going to be flickering. My favorite, because, you know, they worked so well before. What a nice modifier to the environment that we will now be experiencing. Those flashes through the windows. That does not behave like lightning. My God. Friggin' bird again. Locked. Okay, screw this place. Back upstairs. Or maybe... Who knows? Maybe it does want me to head outside. That sounded like children laughing. If I were to get anything from that, I would assume that that means the bunk bed room, right? Unless it's coming from out on the swing. Okay, well, the draw order is getting a little strange, but maybe I can go out there? Let's go. That white flash on our screen, that indicates something truly important. Running out into the rain once more to see you. It's like I'm afraid of you, but I'm simultaneously pursuing you whenever I can, which leads me to believe that you maybe are her. You're gone now. Have you at least left me something? Doesn't seem so. Oh no, you have. It's kind of tough to spot. But we can open something new now. Back inside. Let's just start trying doors. We've got something, and it's gotta enable something, right? We've also... I feel like this entire game we've been finding keys that are for much later. My God. One room farther. And only ever one room. The lightning and the candlelight. When it actually works, it works really well. Which just goes to show how much potential this game is kind of wasting. I mean, I would love like a ground-up remake of doing this exact thing. Down here through the trophy room. Oh my God, hi! Yeah, that psst over my shoulder is not gonna get me to look away from the clown. That does not even look like a doll. It's again making sure you're still there. Yes, I know about the matches. Wait, you've got something there. A little horn. A remote. Okay, you can't tell me that remote goes with that TV. The Pineview 204, huh? I keep waiting to see something reflected. Locked. And some batteries, thank you.
Noises woke Linda again last night. But this time, I heard them too. Quite clearly.
So even back then, this was a building phenomenon. Give it up for day 7. Unfortunately, this means that the total pool of places where something might happen is increasing. Meaning, we're not actually making progress simply because the size of our patrol route increases every night. I feel we're meant to use this time to get as many of these lights on as possible. Well, you seem to still be where I left you. Although I really don't understand the reason for your placement. The phone rang once. But it hardly matters, right? Oh, there you are again. Unless it's a different phone? You know, where I come from, when a phone rings, it's every phone in the house, because that's how phones work. Okay, now it's ringing constantly. Was there like a wind-up? And now another one from elsewhere. I don't have time for this. We're being given these. They seem like we're being haunted, but in fact we're being led. No. Okay, we just gotta try them all. To here. And that's the last of our keys. Is that a... That breath was accompanied by footsteps walking up, but is that a basket of fish? Why? And some bread that's probably hard as a rock. And a note. Yeah, God, no. None of this stuff should still be edible. I mean, how long has this place been empty? Years? I'm just looking out the windows once in a while to gain a sense of perspective for where we are. That's actually one of my favorite things about this game so far, is how not only is the place really nice to look at, but it's all one cohesive thing. It's not separated by load screens or crazy geometry. It's just so easy to get lost in. It's such a maze.
Crows have been circling the house all day. Their cacophony makes it almost unbearable to be outside.
So maybe those crows that we saw when we arrived actually do have something to do with what's going on here? Even before leaving my room, it seems that the storm persists and in fact may have picked up a bit. I'm grateful for it. I mean, I'm definitely getting into the swing of how this game wants to be played. I just really don't think I agree with how this game wants to be played. Like, the scares are so cool, and the atmosphere absolutely perfect, especially in times like this. I just wish it wasn't such a chore to see, and I wish the gameplay loop itself wasn't so tedious. My God. Was that actually a thing, or... I think the lights were just completely blowing out. Yeah. Okay. Let's get upstairs then. One thing that is weird about the geometry of this place is the lack of connectivity. All the lights are completely blown out. Dude, they're all gone. They're all shattered. Because if you spend enough time with the flashlight out, you may as well I didn't even see you before. Off you go. You were pawing at a key. So Kitty did get in here. Well, we can open something else now. We've already been through here. No. So it begins again. This opens the upstairs door in the music room. Nope. Which actually unlocks a staircase that goes even further. We have no keys, so we're not going to be able to open any of this right now. Except some things already come unlocked. Already have 5 batteries, so that's our limit. And another key. So many things to walk back through. But I wonder, are these lights, are they gonna stay blown out? Open! Hey, maybe our problems can solve each other. This mirror is smashed. That was snuffed out the second we... There we go. You know, this wouldn't be the worst place to hole up. It's really given us a lot of keys tonight. No. Is there anything else back here? There was. Alright, well, what are we waiting for? Let's head upstairs. So weird, like the architecture, it's so twisty and turny. It looks normal-ish, if not ornate on the outside. And it goes even further from here. Got these portraits watching me. The light in the shape of windows being projected through every time the lightning strikes. This is my kind of game when it behaves this way. Imagine just lying here and watching the storm. God, I would love this so much. But we've got something to do. If this guy would just invest in one good crowbar. Like, does he have some disease that makes him unable to leave and come back? Doesn't matter. We know it's none of this stuff up here. So let's just end the day.
Linda grows more frightened of the old clown doll every day. She hardly dares walk past it.
So we do actually recognize that thing. Imagine what a shock it must have been spending almost a week here and then rounding a dark corner and finding it staring back at you again after all these years. There's more for us to look for. Are these things still broken? They are. We're on flashlight for the entire rest of the game. Well, I imagine that dialogue is meant to lead us back to you, right? Then again, maybe we need to wait until nightfall for certain things to work. Wow, this proves that my perception of, like, where this house leads is completely off. Like, every once in a while, I'll look out a window and just realize, nope, I am not where I thought I was at all. That opens this. Which I imagine, yeah, is just for connectivity, really. So now we're back to waiting for an event to happen. Really frustrating that it's kind of not worth it to even try exploring until the sun is all the way down or until you run into an event. Now that night has fallen, let's see that clown doll again. Still nothing. You just turned on your own. She is. And just as quickly recedes. Much obliged. Okay. Time to use on everything. You were not facing that way before. At least I don't think you were. I feel like you were a little too... Well, I guess you're left. Alright. The cycle begins again. Let's look at every locked door we know. Which is a real lot. There we are. A toy room. Or another children's bedroom. God, it doesn't matter how artificial. Eyes staring back at you in a literal sense is always cause for alarm. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Screw you. There we go. Just in time for another key. But this is good. This area is coming apart one by one. And in an adult's room, we find the end. It's like it's leading us on a scavenger hunt every single night, and, well, the appeal of this is exactly where it should be. It's in being dragged through these atmospheric corridors in different conditions. I hadn't even noticed that the storm stopped at some point. The exploration is really, really great, and it does feel rewarding to unlock all these rooms. Just, as I've said a million times, there's a lot of dead air in between, but I feel like it is actually, towards the end of this part, starting to improve in that regard. Things feel at least a little bit more guided.
The power has been out since yesterday's storm. Just as well that we had enough candles in the house.
You and I have differing definitions of enough. But still, it's like your story back then is directly mirroring the events of now. Sort of thing's going to be a bit more candle-based from now on. 'Cause I can be down with that. Oh my god. Oh my god. It really wanted me to just happen into that? Well, thank you. Thank you. We'll begin exploring every door immediately. In there. Oh, cozy study. Walls bare except for the windows at the end, your own little alcove. There must be something of use here, right? A key is sufficient for my purposes. Only thing is now, find some locked doors. I'm hearing a lot of movement out there. No. No. Once more, was I supposed to see something? Mr. Clown? Does this mean that there's something on the ground there? Here we go. Oh, we're opening up a whole new wing. This is the back door. Over there in the distance, I can actually see the smoke rising from the lighthouse, which makes it all the more strange. I can't get back in. Which makes it all the more strange that the light doesn't come on at night. The walls here are crumbling. And there's another staircase going upward. portraits of the people who used to live here are so much more unnerving, knowing they're probably long dead. And there's our conclusion. But before I pick that up, I'm gonna run upstairs and see what we can find. And I don't know who decided that architecture has to be more open rather than a series of interconnected rooms, but that person should absolutely be drawn and quartered, because stuff like this is how you do creepy and comfy. Something really weird just happened behind me. Probably not wise to be using matches right now. Yep, okay, all this is completely locked, and it'll grant us a key when it feels like it. See what you have to say.
I put the clown doll in the storeroom at Linda's request. Even I find it a bit creepy.
It's starting to seem like that clown doll is actually having a much more central role than I at first believed. Okay, it took some time, and, well, I haven't waived my criticisms. But so far, this is Pineview Drive, and it has won me over enough to keep me interested. The clown, the crows, this place. It's all very rose-red, you know? I mean, this whole time, you always feel like the house itself is a character, something that you need to come to understand better in order to understand your own past better. The events are spooky, the house itself is spooky. That's the best thing, is that it really leans into the traversal of the environment as the core gameplay. I just wish there was a bit more guidance in doing so, but well, I eagerly await the next part of this adventure. And I do wonder how it's going to stretch this out for 30 days, because it seems like we've unlocked a lot. But we'll have to find out next time. Until then, if you liked this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.